I think another very important point to complement this is the fact that most AU to Queda de Rins, they turn, the body stays forward. And you've done with me so many times. So that's the example of if I'm here and I'm thinking, lifting my hip like AU. So I don't start so low on my hip, yes? I lift my hip like AU. And then what you're gonna find most of this AU Queda de Rins is that you're going there and you're bringing this leg in. This leg, come back in. That is the primary function of this movement. You gotta bring the leg in, but that's the one we already do. That kind of go here, okay? That's where I want you to start. That's where I want you to start. The reason why this movement I showed you last night is difficult and more complex is because that leg doesn't really go there. We are turning the body. That's the complexity. It's this. It's really forward. So we need to think about this first as here, here, and then bringing this leg in to come up. That's where you really start this movement, okay? You need to get stronger with that before you are adding, lifting the hip, before you are keeping that leg like that. It's much more complex. So I begin by going up, lift the hip, down, then bring this leg in. Now, the most classic variation of this is that this leg come back in so much. So you're gonna recognize this. For me, that's another movement. So when I do this, look. Okay? So perhaps the best thing for you to try now is to bring that leg in, but stay on this side. So lift your hip, bring this foot in, but keep it here, not here. Keep it here. So you are strengthening exactly what needs to do. Yes? So that would be the first version. Now you're gonna see in the video a whole tutorial of different things that I just want you to watch. What I want you to work first is in what I just showed you. But watch the video and see where we're gonna take this in class, okay? To be a capoeira teacher, you have to do this. Hello everybody. I'm gonna show you the movement we did in class yesterday. And you did really, really well. And most of you actually got the full movement. But I've realized some people were a little confused on exactly how to push out of the movement. So entering the movement, it's okay. But how do you come out of the movement? And that's where the main details are there, okay? Let's think of this movement as a AU. If you think of AU, this is gonna help a lot. So if I'm doing AU, my body goes to the floor like this, my upper body turns. Obviously, we all know how to do AU. But as I come out, my body comes up, my leg is gone, and now my body comes out, right? So AU is gonna be like this. My body goes like this, and then it comes out last like this. So the last thing that's coming up, it's my body. In this movement, it's like an inverse Queda de Rins. So I don't go on the first arm. I use my rolê to go to the second arm. Now, as I get to this position, here, I start just by doing this. Now, what am I gonna really get out of this for beginners? I mean, that's a beautiful movement already, right? It's just a beautiful movement. You can use to go into tesoura. Look how beautiful. I go here. tesoura, okay? But what I'm really getting out of this, as a beginner, I'm getting the position of the upper body. So, head down, feet up. Stay up with the feet. Now, feet is coming down, head is come up. So it's like a lever, like a lever. Now here we have a problem that we need to understand. This thing I showed you is just to train the body, because for the advanced version, you need to use momentum, okay? You can only do this without momentum if you are really strong, and I cannot really do this without momentum. What I mean by this is, when you get to do the movement with momentum, you need to think, I need speed. And I think that was the issue yesterday, because some of you were hybrid between locking the position and then going to the position, which is why those who had a breakthrough yesterday is because they added a little bit of speed. But that sometimes can be scary first. That's why you've got all the other stuff to prepare you. Okay, so look how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add speed to enter. Okay? So I'm gonna think, ow. I'm gonna think, ow. You see this? I'm thinking, ow. Yes, I don't have much space here, but you give an idea. I cannot do this movement like this, look. You cannot do that. You have to think, okay, now I need speed. You need to think of a ow, ow. So, from here, I need to add this momentum on. You see? I don't do so slow now. I have to go here. Make sure this foot is not too far from the body. We're not playing capoeira now, we're training Betty, okay? I think the best way for this movement is to finish with a rolê. So you don't go that way first, you come back. So it looks a bit like this. So the purpose of this video is for you to just watch and study the movement. In class, I am going to be showing you ways to do this that really they are much easier for the wrists, and there are adjustments that we have to compromise here and there and say, maybe try like this, maybe try like that, okay? For now, just watch the movement. And it's not a movement that maybe you're going to do right now. In capoeira, it's nice to have projects. Not every movement that you're going to find is straight away you're going to do or you're going to do well. I'm still working lots of things that are not final, and I can't just perform them. The beauty about that is that when we approach that with a positive enthusiasm, then even in the process of polishing that movement and learning that movement, other things get better in your game. That is the beauty. When you come to play, when you go to the harder, things come out and you're like, then the training is worthwhile. The training is not worthwhile just because you will make that movement perfect in class, like you're gonna do lots. No, some people can do that all the time. But for me, I find that the training is there for me to drill and work. And then when it comes to the harder, your inspired moments with the axé, the body does it for you. So it's the process of learning and practicing that really matters. So watch this video, and in class, we're gonna work together, and I'll give you some tips for the wrist, because I know a lot of our fear, it's here. Yes, I'm gonna give you some tips for that. So quick recap, speed is very important. When am I doing the preparation and just slowly? when am I doing the movement and faster. Okay? I share.